morning. I am here, last section in New Hampshire. This is called the Moohusuc Trail. It's going to be about a 31-mile hike from Shelburne, New Hampshire into Grafton Notch in Maine. So I will definitely get out of New Hampshire the next couple of days. Maybe the second day in or third day in, I will go through Mahoosuc Notch, which is a ravine full of rock and boulders, and you climb over, under, and some people call it the most fun mile on the AT. Some people call it the biggest pain in the butt. Well, we shall see. All right, but I'm ready to get going, and I'll take you along. It's still very dry here. They had a recent fire here. You can see a lot of the burn here. I made it to the top of the first mountain. I don't think it has a name, but it's just under 3,000 feet. But that was the big climb of the morning. A couple of, little bit of ridge walking, a couple of peaks to go over. It's about 8.2 to the shelter. So far so good. It's a little warm. Could be a little bit of a breeze, but really no complaints. It's not raining, so all good. Keep on going. That's for people that started in Springer Mountain in Georgia. They're 1,900 miles, which means they got 200 to go. I have 200 and the southern half. I believe that's still Mount Washington over there. Way in the background is Wildcats and Carter, and that's the first hill I came over. So I went down the valley and back up and got a nice little view. The trail in sections is very overgrown here, a lot of blowdowns, not as well maintained as the whites. I'm not really complaining, it's not a big issue, it's just an observation. A lot more dirt here than rocks. Dirt is good for walking on. Okay, I made it up the third mountain. There's one more small mountain to go, and then I will get to the shelter, which is about 3 miles away. Doing pretty good time-wise. It's about 1 o'clock, so I'm going to get there early. We'll see what I decide to do when I get there, if I want to push on, but we'll see. For now, I'm going to take a break at the top of this mountain. This lovely, quiet little cool breeze spot, and have my lunch. All right. So it's still a little early. It's only around 4 o'clock. I did my 10 point something miles to get here. The shelter's very nice. The only thing not ideal is the water source. So I'm taking pond water, which is kind of yellow, and filtering it. It does a pretty good job, but it's not the best water. But the next shelter, the water didn't sound that great either. It's just very dry out here, so we'll make do. Good morning. It's day 2. I just left the shelter and starting up a climb to Mount Success, which I think is around 3,500 and change. It's going to be a full day, 9.6 to the shelter, 5 peaks to go over. But I left early, it's around 5:30, and hoping to get there early, and if I feel good, the big decision is to go down into the next valley and go through the Moohusuc Notch mile, which is the difficult mile of rock scrambling. Okay, I'm on top of Mount Success. Long climb, about 1.5 miles of straight up climbing. Nothing technical, but tiring. That's the big climb of the day. I do have 5 other peaks that I have to go over. That'll take a quick break here. So all these summit peaks, the flat areas are all bogs, and you gotta traverse on these broken boardwalks without falling in. All right, there's a fun climb for you. Figure it out. All right, I am at the New Hampshire-Maine border. This is a border I've been trying to get to for a year. Really pleased that I'm here. I'll celebrate when I get off the trail tomorrow, but this is a long time coming. Literally a year is when I hit the New Hampshire border and had to get off. And I've come back up, I think 8 times to do sections to get it done. So it's been logistically thousands of miles and lots of hard work, but I am certainly glad I'm here and excited to move on to Maine. And as the sign says, 287 more miles to Katahdin Mountain. Woohoo! Top of another mountain, no name. I am almost at the top of Goose Eye Mountain. That's where I came from, and this beast over here is where I gotta go. Did I say this is hard? It is hard. No matter how much your body prepares itself and you get used to it, it's still hard. We'll keep on plugging. All right. That was a crazy climb. A couple more hills to do, but I'm gonna find a nice spot here and have some lunch. I need a break. Still 2 miles to the shelter. And behind me, the mountains of Maine. Cool. Okay, I got my water from the shelter and I'm back on the trail. There's one last hill that I'm going over now, and then it's down into Mahoosuc Notch. I am at the west end of the Mahoosuc Notch. It's 1 mile to the east end. Some people do it in about an hour, some people do it in over 2 hours. I'm gonna time it and we'll see how we do. So this is what it is. It's a ravine with a bunch of boulders, and you gotta choose to go over and under. Some paths are dead ends, some will get you there. So it's a bit of a puzzle. So I'm in a cave. Just want to show you there's still ice right here. It's about 40 degrees down here. I think we go that way. Okay, I'm done with the Moohusuc Notch. 1 mile, 2 hours. It was exhausting. It was the end of my day anyway. It was a long day, but I didn't find it fun. Young people do. I just found it exhausting and dangerous. I went through 4 caves. One was so tight I had to take my pack off to get through and drag it with me. It was it seems very long and exhausting. But it's done, and I got 0.2 to the tent site, so I'm anxious to get there and lay down. 14 miles and change today in 14 hours. Long day. All right. Good morning. I'm on the trail. It's about 6:30. Slept in today. Had a nice sleep last night. We did get some rain in the middle of the night. Things were a little wet. Have a steep climb this morning, about 1.5 miles straight up, so have to be careful on the slippery rock. I made it to the top of, it's called Moohusuc Arm. Steep climb. The app says it's the steepest climb on the trail, but I managed okay. 1.5 miles, 2,000 feet about. I'm glad I did it in the morning. That is Old Speck, I believe, behind me. That's my next mountain. And then I think it's a descent down to the road. So far so good. Nice breeze here. Pretty beaver pond. People fishing on. And I gotta cross this. Okay, I went up and over Speck Mountain. The last 200 yards was just sheer ledge, just sheer granite. So you're on all fours, and I did not want to look back or stop to take pictures. It was pretty steep, but I made it. I'm over the top. That's Speck Mountain. I've come down a good bit, but I got a ways to go. The valley is way down there. Okay, done with my hike, back in civilization. This morning went well. Some tough climbing, and the scramble up Old Speck was a little challenging. Otherwise, went good. Just the whole section was kind of tough. Just glad it's done with. So next week, I'll be back and doing the next section in Maine. Either go to Andover or Wrangley. We'll see how it goes. But overall, it was good. Definitely challenging. But I do have a few celebrations. As I said, I am out of New Hampshire and into Maine, so that's great. And I also just clicked off 900 miles on the trail, so that is also an achievement. So that's about it. Tired and gonna go home and get some good food. All right, I will see you on the next one. Thanks.